Suppose that your auto dealer gives you a choice between first, paying $15,500 for a new car, or second, entering into an installment plan where you pay $8,000 down today and make payments of $4,000 in each of the next 2 years. Which one is the better deal? Suppose interest rate is 8%. Before reading this chapter, you might have compared the total payments under the two plans, $15,500 versus $16,000 in the installment plan. Now, however, we know that this comparison is wrong because it ignores the time value of money. For example, the last installment of $4,000 is less costly to you than paying out $4,000 now. The true cost of the last payment is the present value of $4,000. As the timeline in this figure illustrates how we can set up the equation to find the present value of the plan's 3 cash flows. Here are the inputs for using your calculator to find the present values of individual future cash flows. The last step is adding the present values together. So the total present value of the installment plan is $15,133.60. When we are shopping for a car, of course, we prefer the cheaper one, so the payment plan is a better option. You might be wondering, is there a 5-second method you can use to find the present value? Yes, the good news is that there's another way to use the financial calculator for uneven cash flows. Use the cash flow keys and the NPV function. Before I switch to the demo models, let me explain the functions. The NPV function on a TI graphing calculator requires you to enter a very specific sequence. You cannot switch the order of the variables. You cannot insert any space in between. The learning curve on using the NPV function on a graphing calculator is steep. So please practice, practice, and practice. Now I will switch to the demo models. This is the sequence you should enter for the NPV function. Click Apps, choose Finance, then hit 7 or press 7 to choose the NPV function. We first enter 8 as for 8% interest rate, followed by a comma, no space in between. Then we should enter CF0 for whatever happens at time 0. We put negative 8,000 as CF0 for the down payment. Then start a pair of curly brackets. Second, left parenthesis, and enter negative 4,000 for CF1. Notice that the same amount happens twice in a row, so we can save some time by using the frequency variable. Now I'm going to close this pair of curly brackets, add a comma, and then start a new pair of curly brackets to include the frequency variable 2, telling the calculator that negative $4,000 happens twice in a row. Then close the curly brackets and close the parentheses and hit enter. Again, within 1 second, your calculator returns the total present value, which is exactly the same as that of the baby steps.